stuff is the exact equivalent of what they have. Like basically, whenever they show like one of these boats getting blown up, right? They're showing the very last steps of a long, basically endeavor. Because like you think about how many boats there probably are outside of Venezuela, right? There's probably dozens, hundreds of boats of people that were in Venezuela that sailed their boat out and they wanted to do something. How'd they really know they're drug boats? Well, probably because they saw where the people were coming from. They saw what boat it was. They can look inside of the boat through like whatever imaging they have. And then they can be like, oh, okay, well, this looks like fucking drugs and there's no fishing stuff on there. This is a drug boat. We're going to blow it up, right? It's military intelligence. I think that really think about it like this, right? Is that Israel was able to find out which apartment building senior Iranian government officials were living in, right? So like you think about the level of security that a drug boat has, a random drug boat has, and then you assume that an Iranian official has like security that's 10x that, right? And even then, Israel could find out the exact apartment building they were in at the exact time that they were in it and blow up that apartment building, specifically their room, right? And so very clearly, the level, I think that really, like that, I think that was a surprise to me. I mean, not really a surprise, but it was like a confirmation to me that the level of technology that, you know, we have is insanely fucking good. It is ridiculously advanced. It's incredibly powerful, and nothing that any, like, I think a lot of the other countries have is even remotely close. And so if they have that, then, I mean, really, imagine what we have. So the government should just release all the evidence. The cartels will surely not reverse engineer that to avoid that in the future. Yeah, well, and this is really what happens, right? And they also mess with the resolution of video to not show what they're capable of. So that's why we get such a grainy video. Exactly. Like you never want to reveal your hand. Like anybody that's played, like, I don't know, like I remember this in Magic the Gathering, is that it's always better to have a card in your hand than to have no hand at all, right? Because like even though it's probably a land, if it's not in play, it could also be a counterspell. And so, or a lightning bolt, or fucking, you know, whatever it is. And so an ace in the hole, right? So you've always got something that you basically you never want to reveal what your power level is, right? You never want to reveal your power level. Always want to, like, you know, play things pretty close to the belt. That's what I would say, right? And so yeah, I don't understand the disconnect here. You carry out a mission like this to leave survivors. Yeah, I don't get it either. I mean, obviously you'd want to kill everybody, right? I mean, if they're drug dealers trying to, like, I mean, again, this is what I've said, right? Is like whatever party ticket is their goal is to literally kill anybody who's trying to bring drugs into the country. That's the person I want to vote for. That's my guy. And so if you want to be a limp dick and you want to go around and, oh, well, let's go ahead and put them on trial for 5 years and waste millions of dollars and then micromanage these drug dealers. Brother. Nope. We kill them. We blow their ass up. Never think about that shit again. So, yeah, they're going to die anyway. Absolutely. Yeah. And so people cannot comprehend the CIA's job and people are always locking and listening in. Yeah, absolutely. And so that's it. We heading into a war with Venezuela? I mean, I think that really, if they're able to do that, I bet probably not. So yeah, Trump ordered closing the entirety of Venezuelan airspace. All civilian flights are being diverted. Oh my God. So yeah. Anyway, so this was the statement, right? Kill them all. And obviously, Pete Hegseth on his official account says, oh, well, this isn't true. Like, this is, it's inflammatory, fabricated reporting. Then, literally, this is at 5:42. And then 3 minutes later, he logs on to his personal account, and he just tweets out, we have only just begun to kill narco-terrorists. He said, this shit's just starting. So that's it. Yeah, I'm glad, bro. This is like, I say thank God. Thank God we have something like that. It's not the worst we could have done. Nah, it could have been way worse.
I will bring
and so that's it.
Universe, no
and yeah, should have trafficked those drugs. Exactly. I don't know what they thought. Like, you really thought that you were gonna put a guy in charge of the military with Crusades tattoos, and he was gonna leave survivors? Like, you really thought that's what was gonna happen?
This universe, I will
no, bro, like, it's over. Like, yeah, they're just gonna blow him the fuck up. And, Peter Templar, yeah, I'm happy. I'm very, very happy about that. Hopefully it keeps happening. And, in my opinion, more people should want them to, not to be fishermen. Yeah, I think so. Drugs, sure, bunny? Yep, I think they were. I think they were drugs. And what would they say about people that do crime in a country?
The battle starts
Oh, I
in
don't know.
5,
Maybe that's probably
4,
probably not
3,
too long from now, but we'll see what happens.
1.
Do you feel the same for drug mules or being pressed or blackmailed? Maybe holding your family? Do they need a bullet? Yeah, sure. I mean, like, absolutely, I do that. And that might sound bad or like a heartless thing to do, but I do it without even a second of hesitation. At the end of the day, if somebody is being blackmailed to hurt you, they're still trying to hurt you. And you're really not acting, you're not acting in their best interest. You're acting in the best interest of the people that you're protecting. So yeah, just instantly, yeah, absolutely. Like without even a second of hesitation. Absolutely. And yeah, end the cycle. And I don't like, that's emotional blackmail, right? Is what you're really doing is you're using emotional blackmail. That doesn't really work with me because I don't think that way, right? And I don't think like I have like a tier list of people that I care about. And I basically operate off of that tier list and how I behave. And I'm sorry to say, but a drug mule from another country is lower on the tier list than the citizen from mine. That's just the way it is. So yeah, absolutely. It's the easiest decision I can make. Yeah, one family being blackmailed as opposed to hundreds or thousands of families being destroyed by drugs. Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, where's the tier list? And it's a fucking 0 on that list, bro. Yeah, exactly. And I sacrifice family, including kids, and then keeping a few hundred, 1,000 people or less getting addicted to drugs. Yeah, I mean, getting people addicted to drugs is awful. And so, yeah, that's it, moral and emotional blackmail. And it only works with people that don't know how to make the correct moral and ethical decisions. I do. I do know how to make the right decisions. And it's good that we also have apparently Keith Hegseth, who I think does too. This is the right decision. This is 100% the right decision. And I hope they do it more. But a lot of people are crying about it. But I think it's great. I'll tell you that. I think it's amazing.
Fear vessel. You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Grifters are ruining gaming.
Have you ever been so excited for an upcoming brand new video game just to be disappointed and let down again? It turns out the main character is a woman.
Yeah. Because anybody that changes their gender as a character doesn't talk about the game. Absolutely.
No? You haven't? Congratulations,
I have.
dog. You're normal.
I have. Nope. Nope, it's not normal to want to change the character.
Drifters are completely ruining games. And that might sound dramatic or like I'm giving them too much credit, but they legit actually have enough dumbasses listening to the words they're saying to the point where it actually has a detrimental effect on gaming. Let's take a step back real quick.
So he crying because it works. You crying because it works. Well, hey, thanks. I appreciate it. That's great. Absolutely. Yeah, I know it works. And the thing is that every single time I see this makes me feel good. Because this is somebody even that disagrees with me that got to admit that, damn, they're making some change. I'm saving gaming. You're welcome. You're welcome. I do this for free.
Some of you might not even know what the hell I'm talking about.
Right.
To understand how we got to where we are in gaming, you first need to understand what a grifter is. The definition of grifter that I like the most is petty swindler. I can't lie, I can't think of a better description. Because that's what these little trolls do, bro. They just fucking they create issues out of literally thin air, Houdini, and then they convince you that you should be mad about that made up issue.
Well, aren't you doing that too? Like, and here's the thing is that I think that grifter is one of those words that's used overused massively. Basically, what this person is saying is that, like, and also here's another thing. So I can approach the accusation of grifter from two different directions. The first direction that I would approach it from is that being a grifter implies that you're doing something for profit. I will tell you, as somebody who has got a lot of sponsors and things like that, is that being against certain types of representation in video games, even whenever it's done in a cynical, self-serving, DEI way, is actually less profitable as a business model. Because like a lot of companies don't want to support people to do that because they get called racist or something like that. So that's number one. And number two, also, how is it grifting if you think that they don't have those opinions? Because grifting is whenever you're having opinions that you don't actually have. You're putting forward something that you think is a lie or you know is inaccurate. That's not what's happening.
This time I need healing.
Yeah. Now we see this in a lot of places. Politics is one of the biggest ones, but gaming is among the absolute worst.
Yeah, people just use that word. Like they don't even like you gotta use the dictionary. You gotta figure out what that word means.
it's hilarious because besides YouTube, there's really only one platform that these people really like to comment. If you go on Instagram, TikToks, and shit like that, there's gonna be normal conversations being held.
What are you, on Instagram? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. I saw a clip of Adolf Hitler on a whale next to a dog. It had like 100,000 likes.
My cosmic might return.
Fuck no.
About games. There's some normal people for the love of the game. Maybe a couple
Y'all
of
seen that
debates,
one?
some shit like that. Everything changes. Twitter.com. I am not calling that shit.
The reason why you gotta be honest about this is that the reason why Twitter has these conversations in places like TikTok don't is because TikTok gets people banned for having conversations. So like I wouldn't really go and act like it's some kind of accomplishment that or some sort of unique problem that like Twitter has. The only reason why you're not seeing more people saying things you disagree with is that it's illegal and not legal, but it's against the rules to
Now
disagree.
might be a good time to stop them.
That's the big problem, is that on every platform that is an open forum for discussion, the ideas that these other people are putting forward are overwhelmingly popular to the extent that even by his own admission, the video game companies capitulate.
Cosmic might returns.
So the only places where what he's saying can survive are the places where they're effectively treated like an endangered species, because they are.
Would have never allowed people to get paid from engagement on their tweets on Twitter.
I agree with that.
That should have been the most detrimental thing to society since crack hit in the 80s. And then to add fuel to the fire.
Actually, I mean, I'm okay with it, but like, they need to have a better approval process because too many people use it badly.
All right, we got this whole rage bait
I
culture
am
going on
born
now.
anew.
Because you can say some shit that you know is completely false and then turn around and hide behind, bro,
true.
you fell for the rage bait.
Yeah.
Let me give you guys a couple examples of what we're talking about here.
All
Take
right,
the
let's get it.
Wolverine game coming out for PlayStation 5. You guys
heard
remember
about
the
this.
Wolverine reveal just a couple of weeks
Yeah.
ago, right? So
Looked good.
Wolverine, Mystique, the combat, some of the story, the graphics look good. I mean, shit.
What about
It ain't good enough for these losers. For a group of people that can't even stand it when a woman is elite character in the game, you would think that a Wolverine video game would be their cup of tea. You think that would be exactly what they need. Nah, bro. They're mad
There's a
about the
tweet.
woman that is in the game.
Okay.
These people are mad that the X-Man Mystique, the blue shape-shifting mutant, is not sexy enough for them. Okay.
Exactly. What's wrong with that? Somebody wants to hop into the game. What's the problem with that? Who decided that's a bad thing? Who decided that's something that you're not supposed to say? Yeah, and like, yeah, who decided this? That's her Mystique. Yeah, it's her appeal. Yeah, I remember back in the day, bro.
There's
Mystique
still
was
so
hot as
much
fuck.
to do.
Mystique and Rogue were hot as hell. What do you mean? Absolutely.
I hear y'all.
What the fuck is wrong with them?
Bro, they're out here talking about...
I like it. I think it's better. And also, here's the other thing: is that I guarantee you, if she was more attractive, it'd sell more copies.
I suck.
It's undeniable that having attractive, appealing characters is better than having characters that are unattractive and unappealing. It's just it's a reality. I mean, that's why every gacha game has attractive characters. That's why, and if you think that I'm wrong on
Expect
this,
to win them all.
go look at the characters that girls cosplay. Not only do men not like these characters, but women don't even like these characters. That's why they don't pretend to be these characters. Now, they might dress up like Rouge or like Rogue or fucking Mystique, but not from the game like that. They're going to be dressing up like the old versions. I've seen a whole lot more cosplays of 2B than I did of Tosh from Dragon Age. And it's not even close. It's because not even women want to look like that. They might virtue signal and say that it's okay, but no, they don't want to look like that at all.
DEI Mystique. What the hell does that even mean? It's at the
You'll
point
need a
now they just throw
top-notch
around
team to win
whatever
this one.
buzzword they want to, bro.
Yeah,
This shit
people-
makes
people
no
use it
sense
sometimes,
because,
sure.
dog, the attractiveness of a character does not impact the gameplay at all. Why
Then
do
why make it ugly? That's it? Why make it ugly? Why not make the character
I will
appealing?
bring peace to this universe.
If it doesn't
no
matter,
matter the
then why
cost.
intentionally make it bad? Does it make sense? He said the gameplay? Yeah, of course.
we give a damn about the side characters' looks right now? On top of that, this shit is the most ironic
Because
thing.
the reason why, here's the reason why, I'll give an honest answer, is that it's a mining canary.
I will bring
It's something
peace
that
to this
people have
universe,
seen
no
over and
matter the
over with
cost.
video games that continuously uglify
seconds before you
characters. They
attack.
make them look
Get ready.
weird. They give them uncertain genders. They look like androgynous characters rather than definitive male or female characters. A lot of these video games that have released have had a pattern of being horrible. Like the new Black Ops game, for example, you have obviously Avowed, you have Dragon Age, you have Assassin's Creed Shadows, there's Star Wars Outlaws. Like, there are so many different points on the graph that show that, you know, desexualizing characters and the games that do that have been tremendously unsuccessful, that now people have recognized the pattern. And I think this pattern is very easy to understand and definitive, because what happens is that those people, the reason why they do that is because they don't care about what the audience wants. They don't care about whether somebody likes this or not. They care about using this as a position to where they can push their worldview. And a person like that doesn't really respect the player, and they also don't respect the medium that they're making a game in. So really, big surprise that a person who is just by categorical association disrespecting the source material and not creating content for their core audience, big surprise that you're going to have a larger group out of that sample size that is going to create bad products. It's really just logic. And even if you disagree, you just, all you have to do is look at the points on the graph. That's a straight fucking line. There's maybe one or two exceptions, but like there's a million examples. I don't know really how you could say otherwise.
Ever have y'all seen Mystique in any other media besides Jennifer Lawrence? Besides her, hold on now. But have y'all seen Mystique in any other like cartoon or any other appearance? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. She's mega chopped. Like dead ass, bro. Ironically, this is one of the best looking appearances of Mystique. She looks good. Listen, I'm cracking. But okay, cool. They don't like Mystique.
Sounds
whatever.
okay. Let's look.
Mystique.
Yeah, sure.
They love family men in their video games, right? So Wolverine at the very least being the main character and the main focus about this game, that should be enough for them to not be complaining too much.
Sure. Unhinged emotional meltdown of Insomniac Wolverine fanboys in crisis. We have 1 year. This is the Wolverine for the modern Pedro Pascal audience. Non-binary. I don't even know what it is. Like, I mean, it looks fine to me. I don't even know why they're mad.
Never miss.
This Wolverine is a sword boy. This Wolverine isn't
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Hey, what are we talking about? I'm watching this man turn people into Anakin Skywalker, bro. Leaving at people with max velocity. This man is about homicide right now. And it's not enough for y'all. This is ass. This is ass to y'all. Like, it gets to a point where I really wonder, what is it that y'all want from these games? They are just committed to the grip, bro. It's insane. Remember?
Well, I mean, really, if they're so committed to the grip, you should at least explain what it is. Like, I mean, there's probably a reason why they said that. He didn't even explain why they said that. All he did really was like go and show a tweet of a person saying it was woke or bad. He didn't even show why they think that or anything. He didn't even present their argument. He didn't even make a counter argument against what they said. Who said that? Also, like, yeah, one guy said that. I don't even know. Like, as far as I know, nobody really thinks that except for like maybe a few people on Twitter. Are they getting baited? I think so, right? Like, I didn't even know this was a thing.
How I said, they will make up things to be mad at and then try to convince you to be mad at the thing they made up. Just listen to a clip of one of my favorite grifters, the wonderful Vara Star. Let me just play you a quick clip of something he said recently.
One thing that was really weird about this trailer is the fact that 90% of the enemies that Wolverine is beating up are minorities. So I just have a very sneaky suspicion it's going to be about his right to privilege and with that, and trying to become a better man. I just have a feeling that that is not a coincidence.
Oh, Vara.
Yeah, it could be a reach. Sure. Probably not. Okay. Sure.
My sweet, sweet angel. Are you supposed to bet? This is how you know that you don't play or care about the games they're talking about at all. They just monetize off of your outrage. Why does it look like Wolverine's fighting a lot of minorities in the Wolverine game trailer? I don't know. Could it be that?
Who knows? Who knows why?
game's not in fucking America? Dog, the game is set in Madripoor, a fictional country, not the United States. So if anything, Wolverine is the minority where he's at in that story. And guys, these people do this with every game now.
Yeah.
I just showed you them saying Mystique in the new Wolverine game ain't sexy.
Never miss.
So that begs the question, what do they want these characters to look like? And of course, it was no other game than Ghost of Yotei to provide us an answer to this question.
Born again.
This one, bro, 56 million
Yes, with
views.
the Amazing Spider-Man.
And here's what I would say about this. If she looked more like the character on the left, they would have sold more copies. They would have. That's all. You take everything else and you say everything else is the same, but you change the way that she looks and you make her look like she was from Stellar Blade, you would have sold more copies than you did already. That's not about the game being bad. It's about it being better.
Get that vehicle moving again.
A game can be successful despite this, but it's never going to be worse because of it. I'll tell you that.
Holy fuck, we cannot be serious. If Ghost of Yotei made Atsu look like this, the game would have sold 1 million copies by now. Holy
Are we really going to try to talk about how, like, for example, Stellar Blade wasn't massively popular because of the way that he looked? Like, there are characters, like, I mean, fuck. I feel like a lot of people know about Tomb Raider, and they probably play Tomb Raider because Lara Croft was hot as hell.
Victory.
Like, how many examples, like Street Fighter? Like, what do we mean? Obviously. How's that even a question?
shit. I can smell the person who tweeted this from here. Yeah. I mean this with all sincerity, bro. You cannot be dead ass. Bro, this...
I'm dead ass. I'll say it right now. I think that if you put an... Like, this is a thing for me, is that if I see an ugly female main character, I assume the game's going to be shit. I assume it's going to be a shit game. Because nobody wants to look at an ugly bitch. Nobody does.
아직
Women don't
알려놨더니
wanna
너
look at that. Men don't want to look at that. Nobody wants to look at that. And whatever the sales numbers for the game were, they would have been higher if she was more attractive. Because here's the logic that I'm using with this. You can go and say that you don't care the way a character looks. And I think that's totally justified, totally valid. But there are other people out there that do. So whenever there's a decision and you are classifying yourself as a person who doesn't care about the decision, I think that you do care about the decision,
no matter the
but
cost.
you want to act like you don't so you can pretend like you're above it. The truth is that if there's a group of people that don't care and a group of people that do care and want one thing, logically, what any developer should do is do what the group of people that do care want so they can maintain the people that don't care, because categorically, by definition, they don't care, so it's not going to matter to them. And they also get the people that do care, and you attract them too. It's just common sense.
Yeah.
It's
actually,
common sense. I don't know how people don't see this.
Why do you ask, Mr. F?
Duh.
Have you ever considered using those talents to save the universe
game is set in the
instead?
1600s.
I mean,
I'm a
Single
gamer.
proof that
I
guys
don't
are-
need my character to look like this shit. Nobody in the 1600s is looking like this, bro. Shit, nobody today is naturally looking like this. And I'm a gamer, bro. I'd much rather have my character look like this. Forget the yitties. Like, bro.
Well, I think that really it's the choice, right? And I think having the choice is what matters the most. Like, I don't think that you should over-sexualize a character and, like, mandate it. I think that the best option, and this is the thing that I think women want, is that there are some women that like over-sexualized characters like Bayonetta or Eve or 2B. And there's also other women that like, you know, really kind of realistic characters like Brianna Tartt. And I think that giving people the option to choose is the best option. So, like, you shouldn't be forcing some big-ass titty character with, like, every single outfit is super revealing. Like Metroid, yeah, exactly. Like, there are people that like Samus, and, you know, like, that's a totally different thing. So, it is really about choice. And I think that giving people the opportunity to do that is what matters the most. But I do think that, in general, like, you would sell more copies if the character was more appealing. It's guaranteed. And, again, if you think that's not true, then why is it that every single gacha game has attractive female characters? Every single one has that. Like, there's basically, like, zero deviation there. Like, zero. Like, that's crazy, like, that there's zero deviation. Why is it? I mean, how many points on the graph do you need to make a line again? It's just so obvious.
Porn is free. You feel me? If you're really trying to see all that, you know, hit the Google one time. Or hear me out. Even better, you talk to a woman in real life. I know, that's a crazy ass.
Well, I mean, like, this is what's funny to me is, like, you can go go call these people weird, but then you want them to go fuck with real life women? Wouldn't it be better to think that they're in a relationship with some fucking random anime girl? Wouldn't that be better for real women if these people are fucked up and weird? So like, I'm not sure why he's trying to put this on real women. So I mean, I feel like you're doing, like, I mean, really, these gacha games are doing a public service, in my opinion.
Some of y'all, but hear me out. That shit is way more rewarding. This is what gives gamers a bad rap, bro. I look at tweets like this.
Yeah, a bad rap. See, you can talk about bad raps all you want and like opinions. See, this is people like this really care a lot about how they're perceived. They care a lot about how other people think about them and how other people view them. The truth is that the way that people view you isn't really relevant. It doesn't really matter. So, like, if you want to go around and be like, oh, well, people think this is bad, and like, this is what other people's opinions are, why does that have anything to do, like, you're using an argument that, like, other people think this is bad, so it's bad. What? Like, it's like basically an approval perception argument. It's nothing.
Born again!
And also, by the way, it's disproven every single time in every single game.
I'll get you next time.
I just feel disappointed, bro. Like, this tweet really just describes everything in a nutshell, bro. Because, like, dog, what the fuck are you talking about? And the real irony of this tweet, it came out October 8th. The caption reads, if Ghost of Yotei made Atsu look like this, the game would have sold 1 million copies by now. The game came out October 2nd and sold 1 million copies the first day, which means...
No, it didn't. That was from a third-party website, and there's no definitive proof of that at all. PlayStation nor Sucker Punch Games, which was the developer, published anything about the game having a bunch of sales. Like, this is a third-party resource that has derived the sales numbers, but they don't actually know them. There's been no... I think it probably did sell over 1 million copies. Did it sell over 1 million copies on the first day? I don't think so. Probably not. Maybe. But, like, I mean, Ghost of Tsushima was very popular. So maybe it did. I don't know. But, like, I do know that he doesn't have it. And I know that I don't really know either. So it's just like, I don't even know why you say you're going to go and not sure about that? Well, I mean, I'm sure that I'm not sure. And I'm sure also that he's not sure. I don't know why you'd say it. It sold 3.3 million copies.
By the
Steam
time
DB?
this
Yeah. It's up first day.
tweeted this tweet, the game...
And you know what I'm saying? Is that it could have been 3.4 if she looked more attractive. 3.3 million in a month, not a day? Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But I didn't know they released any data about it. Like, that's the first time I'm hearing about it at all. And so that's really the argument that I'm making. I'm not making an argument that you can't sell a game with an unattractive character, but I'm saying that you'll sell more games with an attractive one. That's the difference.
already sold well over.
That's a weak argument? What? No, it's not. It's a fact. It's a fact. What do you mean?
Million copies.
Dumbass!
Yep.
This is why I tell y'all, bro,
I'm
they
kicking
don't
off
care
Rivals
about these
Day.
games at all.
Hey,
They just want to
Rivals.
piss you off and then run up money off you talking shit underneath their tweet about the
Uh-huh.
game. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Bro, y'all cannot be falling for this, bro. And y'all cannot genuinely convince these people to make you care about dumb shit like this. It doesn't matter. Like, bro, now they're coming after The Witcher 4. The Witcher series being one of the most
I thought that was silly too, honestly.
beloved game franchises ever. What are they mad at this time? Go ahead.
Tsushima sold 2.4 in 3 days. Maybe, I don't know. But like my opinion on it is very simple. I think that in general, if you change that, and like also,
I'm kicking
would it
off
have sold more copies if it had a male protagonist
This
or a
day
more
is all
attractive
about-
female protagonist, or the people that were running the company or working at the company didn't
Hey,
say weird
Rivals.
stuff about Charlie Kirk?
This
I
day
think
is all about you
undeniably
and
it's true.
me.
Like, I don't
Good
see
then.
how you can look at the controversies that these companies have and the amount of people that are unhappy about the way that they're making a game, and then say that these things are actually positives for the game. Now, while they might not be an inhibitor from the game being successful at all, and I think that there are games that can be successful despite that, I think that in every single case they are working against the success of the game.
Y'all take a
Like
quick
Yotei
guess.
said
I'm gonna give you a few
Tsushima? I know,
seconds.
that's what I was saying.
You ready? DEI makes everything worse, and it's just 2 pictures of the main character. At first, I just thought they were mad that this game has a female lead, but no. They're just mad that she's not hot enough for them. Again, crazy take. I know y'all don't talk to women in real life. She's ugly to y'all? And
I never thought she was either, honestly.
Again, I have to stress this. Even if she is ugly to y'all, who gives a damn? This is not Concord, right? Concord was another story. Concord was a hero shooter, right? A hero shooter. Every character has a unique design, unique abilities. They have to incentivize you to play said characters. No one's going to spend money playing a hero shooter where none of the heroes look good at all. But a
Well, then why would they want to play a hero shooter or hero game where the hero doesn't look good?
30 seconds before you attack.
Like, I don't really see the
Get
logic
ready.
there. Is it like, so you're going to use the logic that a hero shooter is going to have a unique perspective where people don't want to play ugly characters, but they would want to play an ugly character if it's a single player game? Doesn't make sense.
You've already saved
story
so
mode
many.
game, something that follows a narrative with a lead character that's been with the franchise for what, over 20 years now? Like, what are we even talking? And when I tell you guys, I could go on all day finding stupid ass examples of shit like this dumbass said 13 million copies sold versus 1.3 million sold. Like I said, Ghost of Yotei is a flop.
Sold 13 million, that's a lot.
Ghost of Tsushima came out 5 years ago, gang. 5! If you think Ghost of Tsushima sold 13 million copies in its first day, let alone its first week, let alone its first month, let alone its first year, you're smoking dick! I believe it.
I don't know whether Ghost of Yotei will or not. I mean, honestly, like, I played the game, I thought it was alright. It wasn't, like, really great. In my opinion, I thought Rise of the Ronin and fucking Where Winds Meet was, like, way fucking better than those games. So, yeah, I don't know.
First year sales numbers of Ghost of Tsushima was around 6.5 million copies sold.
That's a lot of
How can you
sales.
compare the sales numbers to a game that's been out for 5 years to a game that hasn't even been out for a full month? But this is my point. These people aren't this fucking dumb. They might be, but I just can't believe that they might be. But what they do know is that there's somebody dumb enough out there to agree with them and believe this shit.
Well, there's enough people that are dumb enough that that's the reason why they're changing the game. That's the reason why he was complaining at the beginning. So there are a lot of people that feel this way and they don't like this type of stuff. So it doesn't really matter like whether you think that it's good or not. If there's a lot of people out there that feel that way, then it's real. It's just that simple. Like I don't know, like it's not really complicated.
Not only that, but they also know there's people that know the truth. People that know they're bullshitting that are going to go underneath their posts and call them out. And guess what? Both groups of people give them money.
I really think that this is probably overstated, especially for like a big creator. Like the amount of money, like Andy Pants probably makes a good amount of money through YouTube as well. He gets sponsors, like his views get like the videos get like 100K views, etc. Like the reality is that the amount of money that you make from like a rage bait tweet on Twitter, and like you can just do one yourself, and like maybe this guy would know because maybe he's getting some money off of Twitter. I have no idea. It's really pennies, right? You're making like maybe at most like maybe a couple $100s a month. The majority of people that do that aren't making any real money. Like you have one really big viral tweet and maybe you get $1,000 once. It's not like it's gonna be happening regularly.
All they need is the interaction. All they need is the engagement. That coin, man. I'm not actually pissed. I just hate them. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we got this dude Drums over here talking about games. He's not supporting Ghost of Yotei and things like that. For fuck's sake, man. Like, bro, this dude is a 60-something-year-old man. Hang up the jersey and it's over. You do a lot of yapping about games you don't like. What's wrong with that? But still hasn't put out the game he was supposed to put out.
What's wrong with that?
This 60-something-year-old man got money out of the people that supported him. You raised money to make a game and never released it. So you're talking about all these games that are woke and DEI and shit, dog. At least they came out. Seems to me you need to be spending a little bit less time on Twitter and a little bit more time getting to work with your bitch ass.
He does need to make that game. Honestly, I gotta say, I gotta agree with this. Should make the game.
Yotei might be woke. It might have a woman protagonist. At least it didn't fucking scam me. If a game is ass, I would be the first one to tell you. So criticize the game off real criticism points. Why are we immediately acting like the game is dead on arrival because it has a woman there?
Well, because sometimes they are. That's the reason why. And I think that a lot of the games that do that, I mean, again, Ghost of Yotei, I think, succeeded for a number of reasons, right? Number one, I think the game was relatively good. On top of that, it also was the god after Ghost of Tsushima, and Ghost of Tsushima was very, very well received. It also had a tremendous amount of marketing. And overall, like, it's not like the problems with the game that people had, like, oh wow, it's woke or whatever, they weren't really manifested in the game in a big way. Like the issue that like people had, oh, the development team, the lead actress said that she liked Antifa or something like that. That's not manifested inside of the game. But I don't think that doing that is a net positive. And I think that's really what needs to be discussed more, is that just because something succeeds despite having these disadvantages doesn't mean that they aren't disadvantages. And that's the point that I make with a lot of these games, is that sometimes these games can do relatively well. And I think that probably Ghost of Yotei probably made them money, because they sold it, I think it took them like $60 million to make the game. But in a general sense, I don't think that a lot of these games make money at all. I don't think so at all. And like again, you can just look at the way that the fucking earnings reports are, right? That's why they're firing and closing studios for them being bad. And so that's it. A grain of shit in your rice is still shit in your rice. Exactly. And so at the end of the day, if you're willfully engaging in things that are unpopular, problematic, or disliked by the majority of players, that will negatively affect your product. Now, everything is creative choice. I'm not saying that they can't do that, but with something like adding a character or making something like less attractive or something like that, or not appealing to people in one way or another, ultimately the player gets to decide whether that's valid or relevant at all.
Get ready.
Oh.
You stink. I can smell you.
Oh.
These people don't care about you. They don't care about video games. They care about money. And all they want to do is make you mad so they can make money off your reaction. If you find yourself,
Of course, we're not doing that with this video. It's completely different.
agreeing with the way these people think at all, I implore you, please look inward. Find Jesus. It's in such bad taste, and a lot of it is just lies and bullshit. And also, one thing I want to say to my young men, fellas, just because it's coming from a woman, you feel me, doesn't mean the shit's true. I know some of y'all are hearing it come from a woman, and in your brain you're going,
Oh my gosh, she feels the same way I do. I knew I wasn't sexist. I just hate when bitches are in my game.
no.
Yeah, true.
Oh, I don't know, man. I just think we're in a really weird time. It seems like nobody wants to.
It's again another. This is another instance of caring a lot about the way other people see it. And I think this is really like people like this. They try to maintain a power dynamic around their approval and the approval of other people. But the truth is that I think that power dynamic is waning because overall, I don't think people care as much about it anymore. And I think that's the reason why you're seeing so many people speaking out about this, because they don't like it. It's conformity? Yeah, exactly.
Be about shit these days. Game comes out with a normal ass looking woman, the DEI game, overslot. Game comes out with a more fantasy type of art style. Doing the game. This shit is doing stuff. What happened to the hobby I love, bro? I'm just trying to play some video games, bro. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. Not every game is perfect, and bad games do deserve to be criticized. Trust me. Trust me. But lying and making up false things to be angry about just so you can get paid a little bit of extra money, that's just loser activity, bro. Anyway, that's all I got. Let me know what y'all think. More videos on the way. Love y'all.
What I would say is that I think, yeah, like some of the examples were kind of stupid, like the Witcher 4 one is dumb. But in a general sense, yeah, I'm not really about that. And also, it's the same thing I've said many times over and over and over again. If you go and you put out a game and the characters are not appealing, you're fighting an uphill battle. And if you weren't, you wouldn't have every gacha game showing that stuff. So yeah, it's a DI video. No, I definitely don't agree with it, but I think that the examples he used, I mean, to be fair, like, and to be fair, to his credit, there are some people that use stupid fucking examples for DEI stuff. Absolutely stupid fucking examples. So yeah, Charlie's match of El video. I mean, I think that really some of the examples were good, some were more dishonest. Like the Wolverine example was kind of dumb because he didn't even really explain what they were talking about with it being woke. But like the other clip, like for example, like Rum's not releasing the game but then complaining about it. I thought this is the most, and I think this is a good example, right? Where is the point on your video that gets the most people looking at it? Fantastic! Right there. Even your own video analytics that you can see on YouTube disproves what you're saying. I don't know what else to say other than that. Casey Tron raised GoFundMe goal knowing that she'll be mocked by Asmongold and XQC incel fans.
In September, I made a settlement offer to Ethan for $17,500. This offer was publicly revealed by Ethan to his Instagram followers.
Yeah?
My mother, father, and sister all struggle with disability and housing instability. They are my family and they depend on me.
Then why would you put them at risk by saying that you're committing copyright infringement on your stream? Why would you put them at risk? If you know that they depend on you and you are trying to like help these people, why would you do that? Does it make sense?
This month, like many other low-income Americans, my mother and disabled sister had their food stamps taken away. Under the current political climate, the future of funding for other assistance is uncertain. I cannot afford to fail them. I simply want this nightmare to be over so that I can go back to providing my family with my full support. Ethan?
Don't ever believe any of this bullshit. She is the nastiest fucking person ever. She's so nasty, so obnoxious. She has no problem bringing up my dead mother, weaponizing her audience against people, spreading lies against people. Nah, you get what you fucking deserve. You do. That's what you get.
Klein is suing me for $150,000, which is the maximum damages for malicious copyright infringement.
Wow.
I believe it is highly unlikely that a court would find me liable for copyright infringement at all, and certainly not malicious copyright infringement.
That's what a lawyer wrote for.
The offer was tied to the maximum damages for normal copyright infringement, which has a maximum
Well, how is it not malicious whenever you said you were doing it to deprive him of revenue? Like, I mean, this is the problem, is that people like this are so allergic to accountability that they literally cannot even engage with anything in any sort of authentic way. You're not even listening to what he said. You're not even trying. Isn't it crazy?
Damage of $30,000. Considering it is unlikely there are any damages at all that I could have caused, even if I am found liable for copyright infringement, my offer of $17,500 felt very generous. For me, that is a lot of money, and it would have come directly from my income.
Well, yeah, obviously. Where would it come from?
This could stretch all the way to December of next year and cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars in lawyers' fees. Through the end of the trial. To be clear, I don't make anywhere near this kind of money. Like most Americans, I live paycheck.
Then why did you do it?
I shall not be
like, you could have just come out and apologized and said, you know what, I was wrong, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done this. But instead of that, you said that he was working with, like, I don't know if she said that she was working with Israel, but you implied this as well, at least I think you did. And you've gone out and said all this other negative stuff about Ethan. You brought up his kids. You brought up other people's kids. Like, you've got really, I mean, this is the thing, is a person like this has no boundaries. You have no boundaries for what you are willing to or not willing to, you know, bring up in terms of, like, weaponizing against a person. So now, like, I mean, you had every opportunity to walk it back, to step back, and you didn't do any of those. And maybe now you might pretend to do one because your back's against the wall. But I don't know if Ethan's going to let this happen or not. I mean, in my opinion, I bet he's probably going to go through with the trial and get the the full $150,000. And also, it's not going to be $150,000. If the judge awards him with anything, that's going to mean that he won the case. And if he wins the case, you have to pay for not only all of your legal fees, but you have to pay for his as well. You're going to be fucked for the rest of your life if you lose this. And it's all because of your ego. It's because of your ego. It's because you could never admit you were wrong. You could never engage with anybody in good faith. And now your entire family is suffering because of your ego, your fucking hubris, your, inability to accept anything that you're doing is wrong. And you've ruined your life. And everybody's watching.
Clearly you needed some help.
The paycheck. Since this lawsuit was announced, it has resulted in a barrage of hate and harassment that has been incredibly mentally taxing.
What a piece of shit! Do you really think that, like, you regularly completely lie about people all the time? Do you really think that they never get harassed by you? You regularly harass and lie about people constantly.
The god of thunder!
But now that it's happening to you, you're the victim. Oh, you're being harassed because of the lawsuit. You're doing this all the time. Such an egotistical woe is me attitude. Consequences. We love consequences.
Every day across all of my social media, I am relentlessly reminded that my life could be ruined.
It already is. You've already ruined your life.
Maximum pulse!
You just don't know it yet. Yeah, what do you mean? It already happened. Fantastic! What are you talking about? Like, what's this past tense?
That myself and my family could wind up living on the streets, that Ethan is going to foreclose on my home. All realities that feel very real to me right now, and all being used by...
But and even because of that, you never stepped back, and you didn't try to take it down. You tried to play it off. And this is what I think is funny, is that people like this, these are people that are finally realizing that their little group of weird, mentally ill followers are not the law. You were getting gassed up by Reddits, by snark subs, and all these other weird, mentally ill, middle-aged women on social media that, no, you're right, girl, you're right, girl. And you know what? They all convinced you to carry your cross, and now Ethan's nailing you up to it. You never had to do this. You did this to yourself. And you're not a victim. Well, actually, you are. You're a victim of